going to tell you how to find treasure. And I guarantee you'll find it if you don't quit. I've recovered, I'd say, about $5 million worth of gold, silver, and artifacts. King Philip has been very, very good to me. Shortly after Columbus's voyage of discovery, the Spanish started sending treasure fleets back to Spain. And they did that for more than 300 years. 300 years of treasure fleets going right past our little island here. And if the pirates didn't get them, sometimes the hurricanes did. There's nothing like the sound of silver. This is what it's all about.
There's one thing for sure, if you don't go out and look, you'll never find it.
Hey, Fizz, I got a good feeling about today, man.
I do too. Shortly after Columbus's voyage of discovery, the Spanish started sending treasure fleets back to Spain. And they did that for more than 300 years.
If you look at just one single wreck and the amount of treasure that would be on board, it would be in the vicinity of around $100 million in today's prices. No matter where you go around the coast, you're going to have stories of pirates, stories of gold and silver, of treasure. That's just part of Florida's history, and some of the stories are even true.
This place is extremely haunted.
Gentlemen, we're meeting here tonight in John King's haunted house.
As the story goes, he found Spanish treasure.
The spirits.
So we decided we were going to go over and question some of the local people. You got one spooky house here. The haunted house owner named Al knew Mel Fisher, and Mel was up here years ago, and they actually found some coins before the state shut them down. And they were identical to the 1715 coins.
Still here.
We were looking at those hangs, going from one point to another, we came across a very interesting target. It looked like a ship.
Yeah, the location of where they found this wreck is right near a wreck that's already documented on the chart. Nobody knows what it is either.
Well, as you know, we were here looking for one of the ballasted wrecks, the older wrecks, and in the process, using all this high-tech equipment, we kind of went over top of another wreck that's more modern for sure, but on taking a look at it, it'd be pretty tough to date it. It's certainly encrusted, it's certainly been sitting there a long time. The 1733 fleet had 21 ships. They were 2 days out of Havana when a bad hurricane hit them. Three ships were refloated by the salvors, and 2 of them are still missing. And that leaves 16 that we know about today that have all been found and plotted.
So on the last hour of the last day of Fizz's bet with Gary, here we are on the reef near the 1733 shipwreck, San Jose, searching for treasure at night. As soon as the forecast called for a break in the weather, we powered out to the Gold Plate site. What I was seeing when I got down there was down at 70 feet, come back up to about 35 feet, and there was an entrance to a cave. As I went inside the cave, I looked straight up, and there was a chute or a fissure that I could actually go all the way into the cave and straight up. You know, there's a lot of different ideas about where that gold plate came from. It could be from the Atocha, the Margarita. Those ships went down in 1622, only 18 miles to the southeast of this location. So I don't think it really came from a ship that was passing by and somebody threw it overboard. It had to come from a shipwreck somewhere, and that's what we're out there to find, that shipwreck and where that gold plate came from.
Bill from the dive shop said that on that particular wreck, it's the only place you can actually take artifacts home with you as long as they're the .50 caliber shells. He didn't give much hope for any of us finding any, but I brought back 16 of them, and I gave one to everybody on the boat, still had a few left over.
Mother Nature's taking it back. It's starting to fall apart a little bit, and I think another hurricane comes along, then that ship's just going to collapse on itself. But it was a real interesting dive, and one that I'll remember.
The main thing I believe will be significant about this is it'll be the first time in history you can hold a coin up and you could say, this coin was actually used to buy somebody. And we don't have any of those documented. This would be.
You get excited because you know after we found the vertebrae, we were in the right area. And then, lo and behold, you know, just a few minutes later, boom, there's a cannon just pops right out at us. Your heart starts beating. It feels like it's going to come out of your chest, but you know you're down at depth and you need to kind of settle down and not do that. I've heard stories of people finding stuff and then they shoot to the surface and boom, they're dead. Time to celebrate.
That's right. Dom Perignon 61, please.
Okay. All right, well, let's have a beer, celebrate when you come back up.
Yeah, but
I'll set one now.
Not till I get back. Hey, I'll kill you guys.
Is he gone?
He's gone.
Okay, let's get some beer.
Let's get some beer. All right, cool.
Treasure HD, one of 15 high-definition channels from Boom HD Networks, available in the U.S. on Dish Network and Cablevision's IO TV. For more information, go to boom.com.